I don't want to set the world on fire. I just want my son. Please give me back my son!
Can we burn him yet?
No! Well, hello everybody. My name is Puppet from the Geeky Puppet Show here on the Geeky Puppet Show. Yes, we are here once again for The Flash. Just aired a little bit ago on the CW.
Sorry, someone was singing during the intro. I heard something.
Oh, did you? Huh?
I did.
Oh, well, that's awkward. Anyway, we're here today to once again review The Flash. Season 8, Episode 8.
Has anybody seen my marshmallows?
Yeah, you think this episode gets a little roasty because it is it's Barry.
Harry Osborn.
No, not Harry Osborn. Barry's dad, Henry Allen. It is his birthday, and obviously he is dead. But so that sets Barry's mood for the day. However, there is a meta who is going around and burning people, and one witness places a certain meta. I don't know if we've seen him before, but his name is what's his name? Fire.
I don't know. Possibly. Fire. Hot Flash.
Hot Flash. No. But he is not, in fact, the one who is behind it. And Barry is onto this as soon as they go to arrest him, because the meta was placed at the scene, has heat powers, so it makes sense that people would think, look, charged skeleton on the floor.
And he just got out of jail for 4 years, Yep. He's on parole and stuff, and he was arguing with the guy at the bar, and then that guy died. So because the waitress saw him arguing with the bar because he's heat powers, he's basically being saying it's him, even though they have no witnesses actually seeing him killing the person. He was just here minutes before the murder. Now the other thing that's going on is here we got so Barry thinks he's innocent, and he's basically saying, there's no way he could have done it. I saw look at his eyes, and Cecile immediately starts doubting him. So he says, you know what? It's Cecile, the way he looked at his eyes, my dad had the same look. It's like, we owe it to the people, if he's innocent, make sure. He's like, well, if you don't believe me, use your powers. He's like, well, Barry, I can't do it. That's crossing the line there. Bitch, you've been using it for the past freaking 7 years since you got your powers. You've been using it. You use them against the Thinker. All of them. So now she can't cross the line? And then when Barry asks Chester, hey, can you check the readings on these now? Because that makes sense, because it's coming off as cold fusion instead of being hot. It's a cold fire that's killing these, burning these people. And he looks at Cecile for approval.
Yeah, Cecile is.
I am the point where this show is like, what is going on here? Iris is also being a dick in here too.
A little bit, because she's trying to make Allegra write an article with another employee, a reporter that they have on
staff. Who's a hack reporter? They hired her before, and she wouldn't listen to her before. So the fact that she seems still there. Ugh.
Yeah, no, I understand.
Cat Grant would have slapped that girl and got rid of her, fired her faster.
But here's the thing. This episode, aside from everybody trying to say, "Oh, look at Barry, isn't he crazy?" until towards the end, it's so hard going through that. But when Barry is actually trying his best to figure it out. I think Barry is the strongest character of this show, period.
What's really great is that unlike the terrible season before this, where Barry was basically admit that he was wrong, even though he was right the whole time, now they let him be right and everyone else is wrong.
As it should be.
And Cecile never freaking apologized.
No, she doesn't. And ultimately,
I love Joe. Joe was great in this. Joe was like, Barry, maybe you see what they can't see. Go with your gut.
Listen, Barry obviously is the main character. He is the strongest character of this show. I just
want Barry and Joe. That's all we need. Joe is a great supporting cast. Get rid of Iris. Get rid of everybody.
Yeah. After Chester's move of looking to Cecile for approval, it was totally ridiculous. But other than that, it sets up something that's interesting because this guy, the main villain for the evening, isn't the villain. So who's killing people like this? They cross-reference everybody, and they're not able to find it. So it looks like they have a new meta serial killer on the loose. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting. I'll admit, my interest is piqued, so I'm going to be looking forward to that. Other than that, Allegra has a conversation because Iris tells her, go apologize because you stole her byline.
I just want to say this. I'm afraid, though, the last two character was Cicada, and that went on for 2 seasons, and that was horrible.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping this new killer thing turns out to be much better plot line, better writing, and let's Barry actually have wins at this everybody losing, and they can't go against this person because the person is impossible to defeat. Yep. No.
And you know what? We can go ahead and say it because it was announced officially. The Flash after this season is getting another. It will be the longest running Arrowverse show.
Yep.
Yeah. And
Makes
you know
sense.
what?
Because he does all the running.
And I know that some people feel that the show is in a downward slump. They've had a few decent episodes this season. Last season, I absolutely understand. It was garbage. It was on par with Batwoman, which was horrible. But you know what? I'm going to push through. I think we have something interesting here. I just hope it gets a little better. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Well, that's about it. I know The Flash is the longest running Arrowverse show. Yes, it is appropriate. But I think this is our shortest review for the evening.
Yeah.
But we want to thank you so much for watching. Please make sure to comment below. Let us hear your opinions. How about that? We want to know what you're thinking about the show if you're watching. Or just from what you've heard. Also, make sure to like and subscribe. We will see you next time. Froggy and I just want to say thank you before we say bye!
Remember only you can start forest fires or people on fire.
Don't start fires!
And I'm going to Flash.
Set the world on fire. You just want to start a flame in your heart. Bye!
You chose.